Alright guys, Martin McKillier here with Live Anabolic. Today I want to give you my 3 secrets to building big arms. Now, arms are probably the most showy muscle group we have, alright? Partly because you can see them anytime you're wearing short sleeves, okay? You don't have to take your shirt off to see really cool, impressive arms. Now, most people think that basically that the bicep is your arm. Totally wrong, guys. Remember, you got the tricep. The tricep is almost 2/3 of the total size of your arm. So we can't negate and forget our triceps. You have to hit those just as hard as your biceps. But that is not the point of this video. The point of this video is the 3 different tricks that I like to use every single time I work my arms. First one, all right, it is a way to up the intensity of any exercise, and I really think it's impressive and works extremely well with our arms, and that is drop sets, all right? So I'm just gonna show you real quick how you do a drop set with a bicep, okay? And then I'm gonna show you how you can do it with your triceps. Basically, guys, the point is you pick up a weight that you can only do about 10 times, okay? And I don't care how you're doing. You can be doing alternating curls, okay? Or you can be doing 2-arm curls. But basically you go through an entire set, you get to the end, say I'm on my 10th rep now, boom, I should be really fatigued, okay? You should be near exhaustion, okay, or failure. You put the weights down and you drop, all right? You drop the amount of weight that you're using, and you continue to do the same exercise, all right, but just with a lighter weight. Now, because I didn't stop and rest when I dropped to a lower weight, it starts burning in the muscles. You start creating a lot of lactic acid. Now drop the weight again, all right, and no rest. Come back and continue with the exercise. Now typically, guys, let me tell you the way I like to pick how much weight I drop, okay? I like to drop the very first time 25 to 35% of what I was doing with the first set. So let's start off with, say, 30 pounds. I'm curling 30 pounds. So I want to, on my drop set, go down to about 20 pounds. So that's about a 33% drop. And then after I do the 20 pounders, I like to drop down to about 15. Now notice when I went from 30 to 20, that's 10 pounds. If from 20 to 15 is only 5, but it's the percentage of the weight that I'm dropping off that is really important, okay? And so if you just do a drop set, that means I do, say, 30-pound dumbbells, stop, drop it down to 20, do that to failure. That is a single drop set. Now, if I continue and go from the 20s down to the 15s, that's a double drop set. And if you go even lower than that, that could be a triple drop set. So you can really make this stuff incredibly intense and kill those muscle fibers. So, and remember, the harder we hit it with more intensity, the more damage we do. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but we do really want to damage those muscle fibers. We tear them down, and then your body responds by overcompensating. When it goes back and rebuilds those muscle fibers over the course of the next several days, they actually come back slightly bigger and slightly stronger than before. So damaging the muscles is key. All right, guys, my second trick for building big arms is alternating between biceps and triceps. I'm going to explain this concept real quick. So let's say you start off by hitting your biceps. You might do 3 sets on biceps, and I don't care if you're doing drop sets or just regular sets, okay? After 3 or 4 sets, your biceps are really fatigued. They're worn out. What's happening now is with each succeeding set, you are getting more and more tired, which means your biceps are not able to lift as much weight. You're not as able to put as much effort and intensity into each successive set. So you're kind of getting less return on each extra set when you're doing your biceps if you don't give them a little rest. All right, so after 3 or 4 sets of biceps, I don't care what exercise it is, I like to alternate and go and focus on my triceps. So It doesn't matter what tricep exercises you're doing, all right? In this case, I'm just doing some banded tricep push downs, okay? This is just a real tried and true, fantastic exercise for my triceps, but it doesn't matter, it could be anything. So I'll do 3 or 4 sets of tricep work, okay? And guess what? After the 3rd or 4th set, man, my triceps are really starting to burn, and I'm getting less out of each extra set because they're just so fatigued. But this is where the trick comes in, guys. When I'm doing my triceps over the course of several minutes, my biceps are getting a rest. They're not being used at all when I'm doing my triceps. So they're recovering enough over the course of 3 or 4 sets of tricep work that, guess what? I can go back and do biceps now. Now, I will never go back and do the exact same exercise that I started with. I'll do a completely different bicep exercise, all right? 3 or 4 sets of that. It's getting really fatigued again, that muscle group. Needs a little rest. Jump back over and alternate and go to triceps. So, guys, you got biceps and triceps. And the problem is these are small muscles. They get worn out really quick, 3 or 4 sets, and they are really fatigued. You need to give them a little rest. Then work the other side of the arm, okay? And it gives the previous side time to recover, all right? Fantastic way. You can do all of your workouts that way when you're hitting arms. All right, guys, and the 3rd trick for building huge arms is really just confusing the muscle. Now, one of the ways I like to do that, and this is really tough and painful, but it works incredible, and that is doing really high rep sets. Now, when you do a really high rep set, guess what? You can't use much weight. So let's say I would normally be curling 40-pound dumbbells, okay, for 10 reps. When I do a real high rep set, I'm gonna have to go from 40s all the way down to probably 20. So you probably can do no more than about 50% of what you would normally do for 10 to 12 reps. But guess what? It's actually gonna hurt more, all right? So I might be able to do 20-pound dumbbells for 25 reps instead of just 10 or 12 with a heavier weight, all right? So guys, it's also volume training. So it's not just how much weight you use. That's why we can get some fantastic workouts in with very light weight. You don't have to be throwing around a ton of heavy weight like these big meatheads do at the gym, okay? You can get an incredible pump and a ton of lactic acid in those muscles using a light weight. And using really light weight for high rep sets works the exact same way with our triceps. So if you're using bands, okay, you're gonna have to find a much lighter band or half as many bands, okay? You need to drop the resistance at least 50%. Same thing when you're curling dumbbells or barbells. You need to drop at least 50%. Matter of fact, you may wanna drop 2/3 or 3/4, just depending on how many reps you wanna knock out, guys. So, concept works for any muscle group. High rep, confuse the muscle, force a ton of blood. You guys are not gonna realize how big a pump you get when you do tons and tons of reps. You get a much better pump than doing a heavy weight for a lower number of reps. All right, guys, so the 3 tricks that will really blow those arms up for you are drop sets, and then alternating between muscle groups, biceps, triceps, and then finally hitting those muscles, I don't care whether it's biceps or triceps, with a light weight for a real high rep count. It confuses the muscles, it creates a lot of lactic acid, which triggers our hormones and our testosterone, okay? And in addition to that, it forces a ton of blood into those muscles for an incredible pump. All right, guys, hopefully, I want you guys to try out some of these tricks. I promise you, you're absolutely gonna love them. And then finally, subscribe to this channel. Forward this video, share it with some of your buddies that you think would benefit from this. Give us some comments and hit that little thumbs up button. And guys, come on, this is not gonna happen overnight. How long is it gonna take to get guns like this? Maybe 2 months. You have to stick with it and never give up on yourself.